Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Website is schifferbooks.com. Feel free to check that out. Just freeze frame and get the spelling if you'd like it, of course. Supportive Oracle cards, spellcasting Oracle cards, excuse me, by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. They're the full spellings of their names if you would like them. Feel free to freeze frame, of course. On the back here are a few different websites. She Who Is Art always pops out to me, but if there's anything there that, tickles your fancy, feel free to freeze frame and check out what you would like to check out. What do we have for Virgo? Tickles your fancy? Where did that come from? Okay. What are we coming up to? Something is like... Okay. I feel like whatever you've been dealing with, you've never really been over the moon about it, but it's been good. It could be a friendship, could be a job, could be, I don't know, for some of you it could be a partnership, it could be a romantic partnership, if it is or not. It's one of those things where it's been good, but maybe not exactly what you wanted, but it's been good. Never been really over the moon about it, but it's been good. It's had its advantages. It's probably not likely it's a romantic thing, but you know if it's true or not. Don't worry about it. This situation it's been acceptable, satisfactory. That's where we're having some type of change, because I feel like somebody else is starting to go in a different direction. They're working in an opposite direction from you. And they're going back to something else. I can't say whether this is good or bad, but I'm noticing between the two people here, it looks to me like there's a spark. Like, I feel like they're working in a different direction. They're going back to something they used to do. It's the best way I can put it. You are totally not expecting this. In fact, this might be a part of their past that you're not very familiar with. I don't want to give this analogy, but I feel like I'm supposed to, so I'm going to do it. Maybe this is somebody you're connected with, friend, coworker, or partner. Could be romantic. That maybe has a past where they had a substance abuse problem. And maybe you knew very lightly, but you had no idea what it really meant. Maybe. You might not have known at all, or maybe you thought you knew what that meant, but it's turning out that it was something that was a lot worse than you realized. I hate going down that road, but I feel like that might be something that they're doing. It could be some type of negative behavior, and they've been kind of working towards hiding it. Because I get, like, when it starts showing up, you're not understanding what's really going on here, and you're not really happy about it with the grieving. And it's kind of like, hopefully this is just a temporary moment, but I feel like it's not. It's revamping or revitalizing something that you really wish wasn't there. So it doesn't have to be a substance thing, but whatever somebody else is going towards, they're going back to something that I feel like you don't like how this is affecting your life. The next point of progression is I'm getting you. I feel like you're looking at it. You don't like it, but you're feeling you're trapped. I don't think that's true, but it may take you a minute to see it, because it's like whatever this is not making you happy. Whatever this is may not be a match for you anyway. And it's kind of like you've been putting in all the effort to make this work, to try to help this match, but maybe this never did match. And maybe that's the point here. Because I don't like this, and now I'm feeling stuck with it. And I'm like, it was never really bad, but it was never something I was falling all over myself about. It was never optimal. And I'm getting, as it keeps going forward, I feel like it keeps getting worse and it's not getting better. And it's like, I'm trying to hold the line, and I'm feeling that with the Virgo energy. You're trying to hold the line, and you're trying to hold it together, but it's starting to become really unbearable. And I feel like that's what they're trying to warn you about. This is not going to get easier. This is going to get worse. And you're going to have to make a choice at some point. The question is, how bad does it have to get before you make that choice? Virgo doesn't usually make flash decisions, I give you that. But the sooner you start making peace with, like, wait a minute, this isn't going the right direction, and it doesn't look like it's going to go the right direction, at least anytime soon, I feel like you start going like, all right, if this isn't getting better, then what choices do I have to make? It's kind of like accepting, like, there's definitely already loss, there's going to be more loss. How do I exit the situation before I experience more loss? Like, we don't want to, like, if every week you're putting $50 into something, and you're like, I don't really like it, but I feel like I have to, and you keep doing, then a couple months go by, and then you're starting to put in, like, $60 in every week, and you're like, okay. And then it just keeps, and to the point where you're getting up to the point where you're putting in $150 every week. So it started off with $200 a month. Now it's $600 a month. How far does it have to go before you realize, wait a minute, all I'm doing is throwing away money and putting more and more, like, I feel like that's the best analogy I can give you. Because I feel like, ironically, the forgiveness is you forgiving yourself for being involved in this situation, which I don't think is fair, but I feel like that's what it takes to give yourself permission to let go. Kind of like realizing this doesn't match, and giving yourself that permission to let go, and forgiving yourself for letting go. I feel like that's very interesting. There will also be another level of forgiving whatever, if it's a job or if it's a person, literally just forgiving them just so it doesn't hold space in your soul. Literally, that's the reason. Like, when we hate something, hate comes from fear. So if you experience a point where you're like, I hate whatever's going on here, or I hate this situation, or I hate this person for whatever they're doing, breaking it down a little farther, like, where's the hate coming from? What does I fear from this? Do I fear the control it has? Do I fear the money it's taking from me? Do I fear the time it's taking from me? Do I fear the safety it's stealing from me? What do I literally fear from it? And making peace with, like, I have to make it so I don't fear that anymore. How do I make it so I don't fear this, so they don't have control over that anymore, so I can remove that fear, so that if I don't have that fear, I don't have to have that hate, and I can move on from this. And making peace with that in some version. I feel like when this comes in, you're not really going to like this message, but it's a good message. Good luck is coming your way. Better things are coming your way. In fact, I feel like something that really wasn't the best match for you is leaving, so something 10 times better can take its place. The way it's happening, you're not going to like. This might go into the category of dark blessing. There's not going to be a way around this. You can't correct something that is not your fault. There's no way for you to fix this. You would like to keep some connections from this time. I don't know if that, like, I feel like you want to keep a peaceful atmosphere. You would like to stay connected. You'd like this to work out a lot better. I feel like this whole situation and whatever's connected to it might be leaving. So if it's a partner, whoever you had connect, like if you liked their family, I feel like once you leave them, you're probably going to leave their family behind too. If it's a job, if you end up having to leave the job, you're going to leave all the connections you had with that job. Because I feel like they're saying sooner or later, you're going to have to head out and go somewhere else. How much do you need to invest before you do that? It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. Reading is for entertainment purposes only. I feel like people if you stuck this long, you know if this hit for you or not. If it didn't work out, if this is not your reading, this is not your reading. But for some of you, I feel like you're connecting to it. You don't really want to, but you're like, yeah, I know. It's just how much loss do you have to incur before you exit? You don't have to keep giving into it. I can respect some of you are kind of looking at this like, all right, I'm going $50 a week now. If it goes up to $60, I know I have to go. as long as you actually can hold yourself to that and make that up in your mind, like, all right, I'm going to hold here. If it goes down from $50 a week to $40 a week, we'll see. But if it goes from $50 a week to $60 a week, I need to go. Maybe that's the terms you need to do it. Maybe you're already at that point going, you know what, even if it goes down to $40 a week, I still don't want this. Maybe you're already there. If you don't want it, don't keep it. You don't have to keep this. Don't keep it. If you don't want this, don't keep this. That's the message for that. And start moving on from it. Anything else from this? I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. There we go. I'm going to shut this down here. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.